Okay.
All right.
You gotta
So,
give a welcome.
yeah, welcome. That's what I was going to say. It's just the three of us right now, but we are
Okay.
committed to starting on time. And
Yes.
so here we are. Um,
Okay.
and so how are things going for you with you with building your business? Do you have any
Well,
challenges or issues to
I
bounce
I did.
ideas off of, or?
Well, last week it was like there's like a lot of people here, and they just stop in and chat, and it's like I'm like, okay, it's just like I really need to be on this phone call. I kind of fell off the cart, the week before, and it's just like I really need to get back on here and get on the ball, and it's just like, but how do you tell people, you know? And
Yeah, especially
so
I
how do
usually
you
try to,
excuse yourself?
yeah, I usually try to like give a warning or something, if something's
Uh-huh.
happens at, you know, 4 o'clock for us, an hour and a half before the meeting. You just kind of like, oh, I've got a Zoom call for work I gotta, do or whatever.
Okay.
I've done that before and just kind of give them a
Okay.
heads up because we've
Okay.
kind of been in an awkward situation too, where we go a few times a year and go visit our chiropractor, and we end up staying overnight, and I don't like to do
Uh-huh.
it on Monday because I feel bad about like
Yeah.
excusing ourselves and to go to the call. So here we are, Fred,
Yeah.
and you got the three of us right now.
Very good. Good to see you.
We just got started.
Alrighty, give me 1 second here. I got to take care of this or I'll be a bozo. Let's see.
That was or?
I'm sorry?
That was or?
Or I'll be a bozo.
Or. Yeah.
He's questioning whether it's or.
Oh. Okay.
What can I say?
I don't get it.
I just got that.
I didn't get it.
You need to work that brain muscle a little more in the gym there, Fred.
I guess so. All right, so we got.
I guess it's like that color orange. I don't know whether you were asking me to spell it for the fruit or the color.
You're a funny guy, Brian. Don't be doing this to me. Donna, can you hear me?
She's still connecting, it says.
Yeah. Times 1, 3, 41, 21, 41, 21. Donna, can you hear me?
It still says she's connecting.
Yeah, no worries. I'm not trying to multitask here and get this chore done because I have to have this done before the end of the.
Yeah, and we can hear Donna now. Hi, Donna.
We're gonna have to see what shoes she's wearing.
Hi.
Hey, Donna.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, of course you can schedule an appointment with me. But let's when we get through here, give me a few minutes to get Modesta out of here, and then I'll give you a call and we'll put it together. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. So, folks, I did not listen to last week's meeting. I think you were limited to Kate and Brian, and then was it just Robin?
Yeah, and then Ernest joined us a little bit later.
And Ernest a little bit later. Okay.
A couple minutes late.
Yeah, and then I didn't catch up on anything that did after. I just wasn't able to do it this week. So here's what we're working with. We've got this Monday, and I think we have one more Monday before transition. So we've got like two
There's
opportunities to spend together. Is that correct? Yep.
Yes.
We got this Monday and next Monday to spend together, as a schedule, which certainly doesn't mean that we can't visit at some point in time, but in terms of, allocated time and that sort of thing. So as in the recent past, I really don't have anything specific for you other than I want to make sure that you guys are going through and getting all your, I's dotted and T's crossed on the new member or the member transition checklist. Does that sound right? Something like that. making sure you got that, okay? And making sure you're doing it for your team members. But I don't have anything specific for you. This is your time. What can I do to help, help you and your focus and developing your business, getting things squared away that you're on your own and rocking and rolling. It's your time. Hey, Robin, out in the backyard again, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah, lucky you.
It looks beautiful. You're on mute, Robin.
So talk to me, folks. What's happening? What can I do to support your efforts?
Well, I think, Fred, that I can say that you really boosted me this morning, and I appreciate taking the
Okay.
time to go through all of that, because it just changed the whole energy of this whole transition for me. So I
good.
really appreciate that. And
I want to thank you too, Fred, because what I committed to do and what I pulled off out of the YouTube so that I would have it handy to start, I'm going to listen to your 20-minute training and then the 3 after it,
Oh,
like I'm starting all over again.
good. The first one's 30 minutes. You
Mhm.
know, here's the thing. I was having a conversation with Pat Anderson on the way to the gym this afternoon. And this was in conjunction with a discussion as to whether or not I'm going to continue doing Thursday night biz talks and Saturday morning new distributor training. There is so much that Isagenix has, and they've got, top-notch people. I mean, they've got 300 people that have made $1 million with that company. If I had to guess, with Zija, if you were to count everybody that got the $1 million ring, including the ones that aren't here anymore, we don't have 30. I'm sure we don't. We
no.
might have had, one time I think there was like 10 of us that got the $2 million watch. But I'm sure we didn't get 30 people with $1 million rings. Isagenix has got over 3, and that was from that slideshow. That was over a year ago. That's a 19 or a 2000
19.
2019, might even be a late 2018 slideshow. They've got all, they do weekly presentations. I think it's Monday they do in the middle of the day they do a product focused one. They do a business building one on Thursday. They got lots of stuff. The fact of the matter is, there was a place for what we were doing, myself and Pat Anderson back in the day. There were different reasons why we continued the process. In today's, world, we don't really have to contribute anything of that nature. And the point of the conversation was, and what Brian just mentioned, we know how to do multi-level. Okay, it's immaterial what the products is, what the compensation plan is, and that sort of thing. It's like, and actually I was talking, as I was driving down the road, there's this 18 running in front of me. I said, it's like, I'm a truck driver. Okay, I can get in any 18-wheeler and drive it away. Give me a minute, let me know what, is it a 9-speed, a 13-speed? Is it a, is it a 4-and-4 or 4-and-5? What do you like to run? What range do you like to run the engine at, in terms of, the power curve? Beyond that, I can do it, relating to network marketing. Okay, so it's a binary, it's a 2/3, 1/3. I mean, that's all ticky-tacky stuff. Just tell me those things, let me get that. But as far as what we do, we got that. We don't need to figure the deal out. And what you're talking about, Brian, that's the fundamentals. That's the kind of stuff that if you not just listen to and study, but actually metabolize the concepts of new distributor training, metabolize the concepts of a 30-day game plan, how to create your story, how to share the story, developing the prospect list. That's more of a, step 1, step 2, step 3 thing. But the concepts in those other ones, Once you metabolize that, you can go anywhere and do it with any company, any product, and do the deal. Okay. And the most successful people in the industry, and this is, when I say that, I'm talking about the people that have had long-term success, not, one-hit wonders, in and out. They recruited, 100 people just like them. They had money to throw into it, and then they lost it because, nobody knows what to do if you haven't got 100 people that can throw in $5 grand into your deal, right? The people that really know the deal, they've got that stuff down. And so, what you're talking about, Brian, ground yourself in the fundamentals, and then it's all the things that we've talked about during this time frame here. Establish a daily method of operation. Identify the 5 or 6 things, the core activities that are going to, on a daily basis, bring you incrementally closer to your goals. Have a long-term goal. Attached to it, why? Got to be more than money. Okay, money's just a number. It's an intangible. Okay, we use the money to keep track of the score, to see if we're making progress. But there's got to be more to it. Why? The why is what gets you there. It's to save the life of your child, you'll do anything and they don't have to pay you. Okay, if it saves the life of your child, right? Whereas anything else, well, how much are you going to pay me, right? The why is what's going to drive you, not the money. And so, what we've got going on right now, this is the most beautiful thing that could possibly have happened. And frankly, I'm really excited about it because we're at the end of my career. Now, the end of my career, based on Jimmy Smith, I mean, I could be doing this sucker for another 3 decades, right? But it's the last thing I'm going to do. Okay. And as long as it stays fun, right? And so what you guys have ahead of you, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm figuring every single one of you is probably younger than me. Okay. And I got a good 5 or 10 years in me, for sure. Okay. And what you can do in the next 5 years, set yourself up forever, whatever it is that you want. So thank you for that comment, Brian. That's good. And just in case you guys are wondering, what Kate was talking about is we spent a bit of time talking about, what I offered each one of you. Donna, we're going to do this, get some time aside, kind of go through the checklist, make sure everything, answer any questions you got and that sort of thing. One of the conversations that we were having, Kate and Brian, was this concept of, having relatively balanced legs. And I was discussing that with Pat as well, because she's in a very similar situation, higher level, but similar situation, right? And, what we kind of figured out is that, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. You got balanced legs. It's kind of immaterial how much, carryover volume you're going to be able to retain. You're going to burn through that. Okay. You're going to burn through that. You need to just go and kind of like you start a brand new business. Don't try and, anticipate the deal. You got 2 new people to enroll. One is Billy Bob, and the other one is, hot rod superstar MLMer. Okay. Don't try and game the system. And I want to put the hot rod in my little leg and the Billy Bob, Johnny
Left and right,
whatever.
left and right.
Yeah. It's a crapshoot. Okay. I was, Johnny Lunch Bucket, right? My first sponsor, my first business, he didn't think I was going to make it. He told me a year later he didn't think I was going to make it, when I ended up being the only guy in his organization that was doing anything, right? And so it's a crapshoot. You never know. And I've had lots of, MLM, pros done squat. They rode into town on their reputation, and when they found out they had to go to work, they went and found another company to pay them another, 20 grand a month for 6 months to see if they could do it there. When they couldn't do it there, they go found another company, and then they go found, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
crapshoot. Build both sides. Okay, go for executive. You got here's what's going to happen. One of your legs is going to take off. Okay. And it might be the one with Johnny Blowtorch in it, Johnny Lunchbucket in it. You don't know. And just go do the deal. It will work itself out. and you will know what to do. And if you know, when you get to that executive and you got, you know, one leg that's screaming and the other leg's lagging behind, you're in perfect shape. Keep going left, right, left, right. You ultimately, in the perfect world, you get paid on all your volume so long as one side's double what the other one is. There's no way to figure the, you know, you'll never know. Okay, you'll never know. So
Until you do.
until you see it, and then when you see it, you'll know it. Okay. Okay. What else is going on, Robin? How are you doing with your consistency?
Oh, all over the map, Fred.
No. That's not what we wanted to hear.
Well, I did a booth on Saturday, and that gave me some substantial leads. I did do the 12 calls a day for a few days, but that's not really sustainable. So I need to stick to, I don't know, 7 maybe a day. Yeah, I'd like to see more results. That's my next real thing. I want to crack this code and make sure that it's resulting.
All right. You're trying to let's go back and talk about that show and the leads in a minute. You're making a lot of calls every day. Who are you calling? People out of the phone book?
No, right now I have a lovely list of everybody in my college class, and I'm calling those guys. It's 168 numbers and emails. So
Okay.
I was just enjoying that.
Okay. And when you call these people, what are you saying to them?
Mostly starting a conversation, resuming relationships, and you know, getting a foot in the door. Yeah, wait for them to ask me what I'm doing. I ask them what they're doing, and they generally do.
Okay. And are you able to identify needs when you're talking with them?
Yes.
And what are you doing once you've identified a need?
Well, sometimes I offer a solution, but a lot of times I don't, because it seems like it's a little bit, you know, the wrong place at the wrong time.
Contrived is the word you're looking for.
Yes. Okay.
Good. Yeah, because these are people, I'm assuming that these aren't people that you're speaking to even once a year.
Right.
Okay. Because, I mean, you know, there are some circumstances where, you know, you're talking with your old college room, you know, people, you know, on a regular basis, right? Quarterly,
Right.
whatever. Okay.
Right.
You know, see, that's, you know, I think that's great. And then now you've reestablished, hey, let's reconnect, you know, and, you know, great getting in touch with you, and then do a follow-up call.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I called you is, you know, it kept sticking in my head. You mentioned something about blah, 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 your health issues, that sort of stuff, and offer them an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I felt bad. You know, I kept thinking about it. You know, I felt bad. You know, I should have said something to you, Mary. You know, I've already lost 18 pounds. You know, the doctor says my blood sugar is normalizing. You know, Bob's had all these problems with broken bones, and he's, you know, running around like you know, spring chicken, whatever, right? No, I think that's good. That's really good.
Okay.
Whatever it is you do, you want to give it enough time to work, because anything you do will work. All right. This is an important thing to understand.
Consistency over time.
Anything you do will work. The classic example I used to give is, if you stood out front of you know, Walmart as people are walking out, and, you know, you grabbed a bottle of Isoline or whatever, and you said, you know, hey, excuse me, you wouldn't want to buy this, would you? Now, you're going to have lots of numbers. People, you know, pre-COVID, there'll be 1,000 people walking out of Walmart every single hour. If you did that 1,000 times, you got lots of numbers. Now, is that about as bad a presentation as you could give? Just about. Okay. And, you know, it may be worse if you said, hey, stupid, you wouldn't want to buy this. That might be worse. Okay. But that's about as bad a presentation as you can get. Now, you go through enough people, eventually me or somebody like me is going to be walking out, is going to see you say, hey, you wouldn't want to buy this, would you? And in my mind, I'm thinking, That poor fella, he's probably got children at home that are starving. You know, he ain't ever going to be able to bring any food home tonight. And I'd stop and I'd say something like, well, I don't know, I might. What is it? And I've bought crap from people just because, you know, they did a great presentation. I was a sucker, you know, back in the day. You know, the little neighbor kids come up to me and, you know, I didn't buy everything, but if they had a good presentation, I would buy. Okay. It wasn't a reward for being there, it was a reward for doing well. I remember one time I bought the kid was pitching me on taking the newspaper. I don't read newspapers, you know, I mean, why? But he pitched me really good. And he gave me a good reason to buy the newspaper. And it wasn't for the newspaper, it was to help him out winning his trip, right? Or bike or whatever the hell it was. And so I made a deal and I said, okay, I'll buy it. Okay, you know, how long do I got to keep it? Just 1 month. Okay, I'll keep it for a month. However, you have to come here every Saturday. I will leave the newspapers right there behind the door. You knock on the door, you come in, you pick up the newspapers and you recycle them. And I will tip you to do it. And he was there every Saturday. That was the condition, right? So, you know, anything you do works. So number one, you got to decide if it's worth doing. I think connecting with old college, you know, classmates, especially it sounds like it was a small school, so people will generally know each other, okay? I think that's a good thing, okay? Is that your highest quality of potential lead? Probably not. Probably if you put a little time into going through your Rolodex of business owners, small, medium-sized business owners that you have some connection with. That might be a higher quality and more recent type of connection. There's nothing wrong with what you got there. You got to give it enough time for it to work. That's where most people, they got a great idea, they make a couple calls, they don't get a yes right away, they move on. This business is way more about consistency of effort over a prolonged period of time than it is the one-hit wonder.
So even if it's not working, keep trying the same method to win.
Well, and see, that's kind of a judgment call. You want to make sure whatever it is you're doing it effectively.
True.
Okay. So if you started talking to your college classmates a week ago, you should be looking for the ones that you took notes on that had logical, you know, things that you could then come back and offer them a solution for, and you should be following up on that.
Okay.
Okay. You shouldn't call them once and then
Right.
6 months later say, you know, I was thinking about you saying how you were having problems with your knees and your doctor said to lose weight. This has been weighing on my heart for the last 6 months that I should have mentioned it to you. Right?
Right.
But if there's you know, logical prospects from that first call, then you should be following up on them on a relatively timely fashion. I don't know, a week. You don't want them to forget the conversation that you had, right?
Right.
Okay. So anything you do works if you do enough of it. The question is, how effective are you at doing that thing? And is it the best use of your time? And you will learn more of that over a period of time. Personally, I think, you know, if I had to, well, actually, I'm not so sure. I was about to say, if I had access to my college class, I might do something like that. Honestly, the only ones who would remember me, they're probably dead or in jail, so it doesn't make, you know.
They talked me into being on the reunion committee.
Now,
That's how I
actually,
got the list.
no, actually, that's pretty good because you're establishing closer relationships with a handful of the suckers. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
volunteers that for the college reunion.
Yes.
And it's prospecting, so it's tax deductible.
Right.
All those expenses.
There you go.
Yeah, everywhere I go is tax deductible. You know why? I was exploring real estate opportunities in the area. Both properties for sale in Molokai.
Nice.
Incidentally, little aside here, I went to my 10th year anniversary or high school reunion. and you have no idea how many people came up to me and said, "Oh my God," because they saw the name badge. It was they had the graduating high school picture with the name under it, because nobody looked like that anymore, right? They said,
Right.
"Oh my God, I thought you were dead." And the other one was, "Oh my God, I thought you were in prison." I'm thinking, really? Was I that bad? Nobody said, "Oh, I thought you were a millionaire and wouldn't bother to come." Nobody said that. Okay. The trade show thing, Robin, this is real simple. You know, and we don't have time to go into what did you do, how did you generate the names, that sort of thing. This is real simple. If you are more than 48 to 72 hours away from that contact, you have lost 90% of the potential in those leads.
Okay.
Okay?
So
Good. No.
you got time. You got to get to them by tomorrow.
Oh, I've hit all of them except 2. I have 2 left.
Oh, good for you. You know, extra gold stars for your forehead, because every time I hear somebody go, "Oh, I got some great leads from this show." Yeah, when was the show? 3 weeks ago. What have you done with the leads yet? I got them right over here.
No.
I'm going to call them. People don't remember what they were doing three days ago, let alone 3 weeks ago, and any kind of connection you made with them, because you could really feel the energy. They didn't feel it, and it's gone anyway.
I was thrilled to see that most people are better, more willing to order things right there. Before, I've never had them be ready to do that, and I wasn't ready for it either. But they're ready to order things now, today, right here from, and they trust you more to put it on the net.
What kind of show was it?
It was Hartville. They call it a flea market, but it's everything in the world you can possibly imagine. Probably 500 people there.
Okay.
It's big.
And did you take credit cards?
I did not this time. Like I said, I need to be more ready when I go back on Saturday.
You're going back on Saturday? Good.
I have a square, yes.
Okay. And you have a square and you didn't bring it?
I'm pretty rusty. I haven't used it since last winter. I know.
Yeah, I'm not a real big proponent of trade shows and, you know, swap meets and those kinds of things. Not that it's not a good thing to do. It's not duplicatable. And so I wouldn't tell people about it.
They didn't, I didn't take very much stuff. I only took a little card table full of stuff. Not much to really sell. And they were open to giving me their emails for a link. And so I found it helpful and better that I didn't have to set up a giant booth or something.
I like that.
Yeah.
Give me your email. I'll send you a link.
Yes.
Instead of, here's the link. Oh, yeah. You're getting awful good, Robin. Have you made sales on the spot of Isagenix products or well, you said you didn't have a lot of inventory with you.
No, I didn't. I just, gosh, it fit in one tote. That's all. That was plenty.
Cool.
That's all I needed.
All right, folks, I got to run. Anything that I will review, anything that you guys do while I'm gone. Connect with me, and Donna, give me about 10-15 minutes to get things settled here, and I'll give you a shout. We'll put together time on a calendar. Robin, we've already done that. Lori, if you want to, you just buzz me, let me know. We'll do that as well. And
Okay.
Anything that you guys want to cover, write it down, bring it up for next Monday. Okay, and let's wrap this thing up on a good note, and work me. Okay, make me deliver the goods.
I can see that.
We'll do that, Fred. Thank you.
All right, see you guys. Good to see you. Take care.
All
Thanks,
right.
Fred. Bye, everybody.
Bye. And Lori,
Bye.
Lori, did you need to add anything? I saw you raise your hand. I didn't know if you were going to ask Fred a question.
No,
or...
I have company, so I was just telling them through the window, just
Oh.
a minute, I'll be home.
All right. Well, we'll let you go.
All right, no, that's okay.
Yeah,
So,
any of us, like, reach out to each other if you're needing a motivational talk or a kick in the pants,
Yeah,
or you have a question and Fred's not around to help us. Let's make sure that we're networking and
yeah,
using each other as contacts and stories too.
For sure.
okay.
Yeah.
And
All right.
Robin, I was
Awesome.
thinking that maybe do you have an accountability partner? Do you have somebody that you can call every
No.
day?
No, I do not. How about you?
I don't either right now. So do you want to be my accountability partner? We have to.
I'm thrilled. You're tough. Yeah.
Well,
How about
It's-
either anybody else too? That would be
I
fine.
don't really have an accountability partner. So, I mean, just me and my little book. So
do you
I
want
would-
one?
Right.
I would love to have that. So, I mean, I feel like I'm doing good in some areas. And so like when I, have that little problem with company, it's just like, okay, I need to think of something. I need to have something memorized to say. And
Mhm.
so I went looking through and, I found in one of my persuasion books where it just talks about, things that you can say. And I should have said to those people, it's something I've learned, just like tonight, would it be okay if I excuse myself at 8:30 because I have a business meeting phone call? And they just talked about when you do that, when you say, would it be okay? People agree with that. And then when you use because, that gives them a reason. And it was less like the percentages went way up of the acceptability of what you were asking them, your behavior that you
Right
wanted
in
to
front of the line
perform.
at the grocery store that way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, this was somebody cutting in line in the copier line at the library,
No.
and they did testing on that. And so it's just like, so I have that now, where would it be okay if because, and then put the reason in, and then it's just like, okay. So it was a learning experience. And then like today at the pool, there's a couple that was there and they're overweight and they had lost weight and they just got back from the doctors, their yearly physical, and things aren't looking real good and stuff. And I said, well, if I had something that worked, pretty simply, would you be open to getting some information? Oh yeah, sure. But our son and the grandkids are here, so I just said, were you guys going to be at the pool tomorrow? And it's like, sure. So I said, well, we can connect at the pool tomorrow then. And so I made that appointment. It wasn't a time exactly, but it's just
But
like
it's
we spend the
vacation,
afternoon at the pool.
like,
So
It's
they'll
summer
be there.
pool.
Right.
Yeah,
it
we're at the
worked
campground
because
right now.
They didn't
Yeah.
feel pressured, to
No.
be at a time, because you're kind of like on leisure time right now. So afternoon
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah. So
And
it's
if they're
just like,
interested in
you guys going to be at the pool tomorrow afternoon? Yeah. So, I mean, it's a start. So I didn't totally, it's just like, okay, how can I lead in? So I didn't it's like I've got to get back in the groove of doing that. And I ordered little shakes for my grandkids. So
Oh, the
I'm
kids,
kind
the
of
kid
excited
shakes.
about the kids' shakes. So
Yeah.
maybe my kids will buy them.
I'll be
Yeah.
interested to hear how
So
they
I'm
make them.
hoping that that's like an open, I invited the kids to breakfast at the house on Wednesday morning, because we're going back down there to mow and all that stuff. So I invited them for breakfast. So I'm going to make the kids that come strong.
Yeah. Oh, Lori, you're freezing up.
Oh,
That's all right.
There, you're back.
Yeah, you were freezing up there
we
for a
have
minute.
bad internet here.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, but I'm excited. So those are two things that, I'm excited about for this week. And so we'll, how about if you just both give me your numbers and I won't have to look for them.
it's been a good time, a good day and a good time for so many people to all get here. Would it be a good idea to continue this as a once a week kind of zone for
Yeah.
accountability.
It does.
simple.
It really, really helps me.
We could continue it. And the other thing I was thinking about for like daily accountability, maybe just setting up a group text because, Robin, Lori, and, Donna, if you want to
Yeah.
do it too, we would just be all in a group text so that if you sent it out and you had a question or something, then whoever could answer it the fastest, and then you wouldn't
Yeah.
have to wait. And
Okay.
sometimes if you just need motivation or "Oh, man, I got to run this situation by somebody, can I call you?" or
Yeah.
those
That would
types
be
of
awesome.
things, because I
That
think
would be
that's so
awesome.
important
That's a
when
good
when
idea.
we're working on our own by ourselves. If we're not connected in some way to a bigger group, it tends to make you feel like you're an island out there, and you really are not. And so,
Yeah. I agree.
That
all right.
sounds
So
good.
you know what? I would
accountability-
rather not give my phone number out on the video that's going to be posted on YouTube. Not that it probably matters because the phone number is there. But I
Right.
think I've got your
I
number,
think
Lori.
I have them all.
Yeah. So I can set up the group text, and then you won't have to worry about
Okay.
the numbers. You could.
Oh, that would be awesome. Okay.
And I think
So
I've got
everybody's
everybody's too.
name.
If I don't, then I'll just reach out to you in Messenger and say,
Okay.
send me your number or something.
Yeah.
Great. Is this our last one with Fred?
We have
One more
one more.
with Fred, and then we can continue this also as a support system
That's what we were
in addition
thinking.
to the
Yeah.
thing if we like.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be
Okay.
great if we could, wouldn't it be great if we could dance all together?
Yes,
Absolutely.
Right?
for sure.
It would. So
Maybe bring some people with us here.
yes, to the
Yeah.
phone call. Yes. The newbies.
Right.
So
And they wouldn't come without kicking and screaming.
Uh-oh. Then now
Yeah.
it's gonna sound like we're since Amy's not in the States yet. I think she's still in Europe. That maybe we need to make our team call on Monday nights and
Yeah.
just do it on Zoom. I have to
Yeah.
renew my Zoom anyway, so I guess that now I have a reason to do that.
We would use it
Okay.
anyway. So yeah.
Well, we
Yeah.
appreciate you setting this up. This is wonderful.
yes.
Hmm.
Thank you so much for all your work.
It's
we
been
love you.
a nice thing to contribute and to be involved in. So
Yeah, and also, I mean, I'm learning too through this, how to actually run a Zoom or manage it a little bit better. The little intricacies can just be challenging just as you're learning something new. And so and I guess Brian's gonna have to teach me at some point how to upload a video to YouTube, because I still don't know how to do that one. I just let him do that. So he's the one that's done it for us. All I do is hit the
Okay.
record button and send him the recording. So, all right. Well, we'll at this point we'll plan on continuing. We've got next week one last time with the gift of Fred. And then, if we continue on, maybe he'll pop in on occasion as a guest speaker or something.
Yeah.
Sounds
All
good.
right. Well,
Sounds good.
I'll
Thanks.
set up the text, and if anybody else needs anything else, let us know.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
have a
Really
great
appreciate
week,
it.
everyone.
Yeah.
Good night,
You
everyone.
too.
Yes.
Enjoy the lake.
definitely. You too.
Night,
All
night. Bye-bye.
I am.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.